Welcome to part 3 of the beginner's guide to the gas bulletin board. In this video, we're looking at the forecast flow report. Pipeline operators and their shippers being the people who pay to have their gas moved along the pipeline, have a forecast of how much gas they expect to move on a given day. And that information is available a few days in advance as forecast flows on the bulletin board. For most facilities, there are 3 types of forecast flow data. The first report submitted on each gas day is the forecast delivery, labeled FCNOM, and this shows the shipper's forecast of what is expected to flow over the next 7 days. The pipeline operator aggregates all the shipper's forecasts and then submits the aggregated number to the bulletin board at least once a day. The next report to be submitted is the firm nomination, labeled as Firm N. Firm nominations refer to gas flows that have already been nominated to flow on today or tomorrow's gas day, and must be submitted at least once a day. The tag used when nominations change after the gas day starts is Firm R. R stands for renomination in this case. There's no limit on the amount of renominations that can be submitted for a given gas day. The numbers on the bulletin board's homepage map are based on the most recent nominations, so they are also updated at least once a day. To find data about what actually ends up happening on the day, you can look at the actual flow reports, which we cover in the 4th video. As we discussed in the Facilities and Zones video, there are zones where a facility can both deliver and receive gas. So to indicate the direction gas is flowing at a particular zone, the forecast flow is submitted as either positive or negative. Now, from the 27th of June, a positive flow indicates flow from the pipeline into the zone, where a negative flow indicates gas moving from the zone into the pipeline. All forecasts before that show the sign relative to a default pipeline flow direction. Positive flows would indicate a flow in the pipeline's default direction, and negative flows would mean gas flows against the pipeline's default direction. If you're analyzing this and you need to find the default directions, you can have a look at the Guide to Pipeline Flow Directions page on the GBB. The table at the bottom shows which direction is considered forward. In the example of the Roma to Brisbane pipeline, the default direction is from Wallumbilla to Brisbane. Pipeline operators submit a forecast flow for each zone that their pipeline delivers to or receives from. We'll take a look at an example in a moment. You can see the forecast flows in 2 places on the bulletin board. The first is on the homepage, where the flows and arrows on the map are all sourced from the most recent firm nominations and renominations. The other option is to look at the forecast flow report under the Reports tab. Once you're there, you can select the date, facility, and zone you're interested in to see the expected flows over the coming days. So as an example, we'll look at the Moomba to Sydney pipeline's forecast flows for this week. To start with, we won't filter the zones, but just look at forecast flows alone. And you can see here that there's a completely separate set of numbers for each zone for the next week. So if we now allow all report types, but select the Moomba zone only, you can see that the different reports cover different time ranges. So there's a firm N for only today and tomorrow, but not for days after that. Unlike FCNOM, which extends a bit further. Firm R, as we would expect, only has an entry for today. If you'd like to know more about the bulletin board's data, have a look at the other videos in this series, or you can always get in touch with us through the AEMO support hub. Please note that the information in this video is covered by the terms of use on the AEMO gas bulletin board. Go to the gas bulletin board at this link to see the most up-to-date information.